Hello, I hope you're having a good day. Today I'm going to be doing a speed paint of a scene from Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the second book in the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. There will be spoilers from now on. So this is the scene where Luke finds Percy, Annabeth, and Grover on the coast, and he takes them to his ship to fight. This scene starts on page 236 and ends on page 241. I will be reading the scene while the speed paint plays. I'm sorry if I pronounced anything wrong. Come on, I told my friends. Let's find another way home. That's when I turned and found a sword's point at my throat. Hey, cuz, said Luke. Welcome back to the States. His bandman thugs appeared on either side of us. One grabbed Annabeth and Grover by their t-shirt collars. The other tried to grab Tyson, but Tyson knocked him into a pile of luggage and roared at Luke. Percy, Luke said calmly. Tell your giant to back down or I'll have Aureus bash your friends' heads together. Aureus grinned and raised Annabeth and Grover off the ground, kicking and screaming. What do you want, Luke? I growled. He smiled, the scar rippling on the side of his face. He gestured toward the end of the dock. And I noticed what should have been obvious. The biggest boat in the port was the Princess Andromeda. Why, Percy? Luke said. I want to extend my hospitality, of course. The Bear twins herded us aboard the Princess Andromeda. They threw us down on the aft deck in front of a swimming pool with sparkling fountains that sprayed into the air. A dozen of Luke's assorted goons, snake people, estragonians, demigods in battle armor, had gathered to watch us get some hospitality. And so the fleece, Luke mused. Where is it? He looked us over, prodding my shirt with the tip of his sword, poking Grover's jeans. Hey! Grover yelled. That's real goat fur under there. Sorry, old friend, Luke smiled. Just give me the fleece and I'll leave you to return to your, little nature quest. Blah ha ha, Grover protested. Some old friend. Maybe you didn't hear me. Luke's voice was dangerously calm. Where is the fleece? Not here, I said. I probably shouldn't have told him anything, but it felt good to throw the truth in his face. We sent it on ahead of us. You messed up. Luke's eyes narrowed. You're lying. You couldn't have. His face reddened as a horrible possibility occurred to him. Clarice? I nodded. You trusted? You gave? Yeah. Agrius. The bear giant flinched. Yes? Get below and prepare my steed. Bring it to the deck. I need to fly to the airport. Fast. But, boss, do it, Luke screamed, or I'll feed you to the Drakon. The bear man gulped and lumbered down the stairs. Luke paced in front of the swimming pool, cursing in ancient Greek, gripping his sword so tight his knuckles turned white. The rest of Luke's crew looked uneasy. Maybe they'd never seen their boss so unhinged before. I started thinking, if I could use Luke's anger, get him to talk so everybody could hear how crazy his plans were. I looked at the swimming pool, at the fountain spraying mist into the air, making a rainbow in the sunset, and suddenly I had an idea. You've been toying with us all along, I said. You wanted us to bring you the fleece and save you the trouble of getting it. Luke scowled. Of course, you idiot, and you've messed everything up. Traitor! I dug my last golden drachma out of my pocket and threw it at Luke. As I expected, he dodged it easily. The coin sailed into the spray of the rainbow-colored water. I hoped my prayer would be accepted in silence. I thought with all my heart, Oh, goddess, accept my offering. You tricked all of us! I yelled at Luke. Even Dionysus at Camp Half-Blood! Behind Luke, the fountain began to shimmer, but I needed everyone's attention on me, so I uncapped Riptide. Luke just sneered. This is no time for heroics, Percy. Drop your puny little sword, or I'll have you killed sooner rather than later. Who poisoned Talia's tree, Luke? I did, of course, he snarled. I already told you that. I used elder python venom, straight from the depths of Tartarus. Tryon had nothing to do with it? Ha! You know he would never do that. That old fool wouldn't have the guts. You call it guts, betraying your friends, endangering the whole camp? Luke raised his sword. You don't understand the half of it. I was going to let you take the fleece, once I was done with it. That made me hesitate. Why would he let me take the fleece? He must have been lying, but I couldn't afford to lose his attention. You were going to heal Kronos, I said. Yes, the fleece's magic would have sped up his mending, processed by tenfold. But you haven't stopped us, Percy. You've only slowed us down a little. And so you poisoned the tree. You betrayed Talia. You set us up, all to help Kronos destroy the gods? Luke gritted his teeth. You know that. Why do you keep asking me? Because I want everybody in the audience to hear you. What audience? Then his eyes narrowed. He looked behind him as his goons did the same. They gasped and stumbled back. Above the pool, shimmering in the rainbow mist, was an iris message vision of Dionysus, Tantalus, and the whole camp in the dining pavilion. They sat in stunned silence, watching us. Well, said Dionysus dryly, someone planned dinner entertainment. Mr. D, you heard him, I said. You all heard Luke. The poisoning of the tree wasn't Chiron's fault. Mr. D sighed. I suppose not. The iris message could be a trick, Tantalus suggested, but his attention was mostly on his cheeseburger, which he was trying to corner with both hands. I fear not, Mr. D said, looking with distaste at Tantalus. It appears I shall have to reinstate Chiron as activities director. I suppose I do miss the old horse's pinch-hill games. Tantalus grabbed the cheeseburger. It didn't bolt away from him. He lifted it from the plate and stared at it in amazement, as if it were the largest diamond in the world. I got it! He cackled. We are no longer in need of your services, Tantalus, Mr. D announced. Tantalus looked stunned. What? But... You may return to the underworld. You are dismissed. No, but... No! As he dissolved into mist, his fingers clutched at the cheeseburger, trying to bring it in his mouth. But it was too late. He disappeared and the cheeseburger fell back onto its plate. The campers exploded into cheering. Luke bellowed with rage. He slashed his sword through the fountain and the iris message dissolved, but the deed was done. I was feeling pretty good about myself, until Luke turned and gave me a murderous look. Cronus was right, Percy. You're an unreliable weapon. You need to be replaced. I wasn't sure what he meant, but I didn't have time to think about it. One of his men blew a brass whistle, and the deck doors flew open. A dozen more warriors poured out, making a circle around us, the brass tips of their spears bristling. Luke smiled at me. You'll never leave this boat alive. And that concludes the speed paint and the reading voice cover. I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun with the speed paint, and I love the book. So thank you for watching. Bye.